I am Princess Dana Bernardo and I'm going to teach you the previous lesson what the weather is like. Let's begin! What do you see through the window? That's right, it's the sun. When we see the sun, we say it's sunny. Sunny. What do you see now? There are clouds. When we see many clouds in the sky, we say it's cloudy. Cloudy. What do you see through the window? The rain. When there are no clouds, droplets fall down and we say it's rainy. Rainy. Can you see that through the window? It's thunder and lightning. When we see thunder and see lightning coming out on the cloud, we say there's a storm. Stormy. What do you see now? Whoa, there's snowfall. When it's cold and snowflakes fall from the sky, we say it's snowing. Snowy. What do you see through the window? Trees are moving and the wind is blowing heavily. When you see things moving or flying around in the street, that's because it's windy. Windy. Repeat after me. Sunny. Cloudy. Rainy. Stormy. Snowy. Windy. Great job!
So these are the learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to learn about weather instruments, weather conditions, and weather charting. The students will know the different types of weather instruments and weather conditions. Next, the students will be able to explain on how to read weather charting. And lastly, the student should be able to discuss weather instruments.
Today's question is, what are the weather instruments? Weather elements need to be measured and observed in order to describe and predict the weather properly. Some of the factors are measured with the help of weather instruments. These instruments give clues about the weather conditions. Let us find out the different weather instruments and how they work. First, anemometer. An anemometer measures wind speed. It works the same way as a windmill does. The anemometer spins very fast when the wind is strong, and it spins very slow when the wind is calm or gentle. Second, the wind vane. A wind vane indicates wind direction. It tells from where the wind is blowing. Sometimes a wind vane is attached above an anemometer. Third, the thermometer. A thermometer is used to measure air temperature. Most thermometers are closed glass tubes containing a liquid such as alcohol. When the surrounding air hits the liquid expands and moves up the tube. A scale then shows what the exact temperature is. Next is the barometer. A barometer measures atmospheric or air pressure. The rise or fall of pressure indicates a change in weather condition. A rising barometer is a sign of dry and sunny conditions, while a falling barometer is a sign of stormy and wet conditions. Next, hygrometer. A hygrometer is an instrument used to measure the humidity or the amount of moisture in the air. The next one is the rain gauge. It measures the amount of rainfall over a given period of time. It is like a cylinder with an open top for collecting rainwater. It is placed in an open area far from trees, buildings, or monuments to receive the maximum amount of rain. Next is the string cyclometer. This instrument measures the atmospheric humidity. It consists of a dry and wet bulb thermometer. The term bulb refers to that portion of the glass tube where the mercury is stored.
So now, let's proceed to weather condition. Weather condition. It is the atmospheric conditions that comprise the state of the atmosphere in terms of temperature and wind and clouds and precipitation. Types of weather conditions. The first one, temperature. It's getting hot out there. When you talk about the heat of the air outside on a summer day, this is the temperature, measured with a thermometer in Fahrenheit, Celsius, or Kelvin. The temperature tells you how fast the air molecules and atoms are moving. Fast-moving molecules and atoms mean the temperature is high, while slow-moving molecules in the air create a low temperature. The next is humidity. Is the air dry? The moisture or dryness of the air is humidity. It's an important weather aspect. Without it, humans would not be able to survive. However, the amount of water vapor or humidity in the air needs to have balance. Too little or too much water vapor in the air causes health issues and can be dangerous. Next is the precipitation. Precipitation is just a big word to describe how water falls to the ground. It can be rain, snow, sleet, ice, hail, or drizzle. The form these water or solid particles take depends on other weather factors. For example, if the temperature is cold below 32 degrees, precipitation comes to the surface in the form of snow. If the weather is nice and warm, water comes down in the form of rain. The next is the wind. Air moves. All you must do is walk out your door to feel that. The movement of air is created by how the sun hits the earth, and then convection tells you how air moves in predictable patterns. Therefore, meteorologists have some idea of how a storm will move or the type of weather you will have in a week. Cloudiness. Watching the different shapes of clouds roll by is one of the fun things about summer. Ever wonder what they are? Clouds are collections of water droplets in the air due to the cycle of water. Billions of water droplets are necessary to make a cloud. The four main types of clouds include cumulus, stratus, cirrus, and cumulonimbus. Next one is atmospheric pressure. Air has weight. All those molecules and atoms add to the weight and push down. The weight of the air pushing down on the Earth's surface is the atmospheric pressure. Since it's measured using a barometer, it's also called barometric pressure. Now let's move on to weather charting. Weather charting. A weather chart includes an isobar chart and the representation with opportune symbols of the principal atmospheric parameters such as wind direction and speed, types of clouds and extension of the cloud formations, the position of warm, cold, and occluded fronts, and the high and low pressure centers. What is a synoptic chart and how do you read it? A synoptic chart is a useful visual guide to understand weather patterns. Specifically, isobars indicate air pressure, while warm and cold fronts use their perfective colors. Once you can read a synoptic chart, you can use the information to make informed decisions. So now we will be going to understand on how to read a weather chart. Pressure pattern. The circular lines you see on the chart are isobars, which join areas of the same barometric pressure. The pressure pattern is important because we can use it to tell us where the wind is coming from and how strong it is. It also shows areas of high and low pressure. The next is cold fronts and warm fronts. Also, on a synoptic chart are the lines, triangles, and semicircles representing fronts. With atmosphere trying to balance temperature, pressure, and wind, there are different sources of air, known as air masses circulating around the Earth. The next is the warm and cold fronts. A warm front is shown with a red line and red semicircles, and a cold front with a blue line and blue triangles. The way in which the semicircles or triangles point shows the direction in which the front is moving. Next is occluded fronts. Cold fronts tend to move faster than warm fronts, and over time they can catch up with each other and create an occluded front. This is shown as a purple line with a purple semicircle and triangle next to each other. Next one is troughs. Black lines that have no semicircles or triangles are called troughs, and mark areas where the air is particularly unstable. This means that the air is quite turbulent or moving around a lot, especially when we have, for example, warm air beneath cold air that wants to rise.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching.